All right, folks. Mark here. Haven't put up a video as of lately. Just offering some advice on from a spiritual standpoint or theological standpoint, not necessarily scientific or biologic, but more from a theologic standpoint. So, real quick, in the book of Isaiah, I believe it's chapter 45, verse 7. I'm a paraphrase. God says, "I create peace. I make war." I create peace and I make war. I, the Lord thy God, do all things. I do all these things. I'm paraphrasing. You can go read it for yourself. 45 verse 7 Isaiah. I, the Lord thy God, I make peace. I create evil. I, the Lord thy God, do all these things. So I've been studying that, and I delve deep, and I go really, really, does God create evil, and all this stuff. So and I know what it means. I have a very good understanding of what that means. I'm not going to go too much into it, but I will say this: everything, according to that scripture, everything that happens in your life, blame it on God. Blame it on God, but don't use the word blame, because blame connotates a negative vibration, right? The word blame has a very negative connotation, a negative energy. It has a very negative energetic value. So don't use the word blame. What you want to do is you want to credit it. See the difference? You want to credit it, attribute it. You want to acknowledge it, that it is God's doing. Now, why that's important is this. The reason why I want to say everything that happened in your life, accredit it, attribute it, acknowledge that God did it. Acknowledge that God did it. Now, there's a secret in that. There's a secret in that. There's a powerful, powerful, powerful secret in that. And here it is. Here it is. It is your staying power. Short answer. It is your staying power. It is having that mindset, having your mind intertwined with that structural foundation. Your mind is built, structured, engineered with beams and foundations of God did it. Whatever happened, it doesn't matter. If your mind is engineered and built on that foundation, God did it. And then if you want to make it even, you want to really, really tap into the power of it, you want to say, God did it in my best interest, and it's for my best interest. God did it, and he did it for my good. He did it for my, it's in my best interest. That's the secret to surviving your experience and your journey on earth. That is the ultimate obvious secret. It's obvious if you're a believer. It's not so obvious a secret if you're really not that deep into your walk with God. But if you're really deep into your walk with God, it's obvious. If you're not that deep, here it is. Adapting, engineering, fostering that frame of mind. God did it. He did it for my best interest. He did it for my good. Whatever he does, he knows what he's doing. I trust him. It makes no sense to me. I don't like it. It doesn't feel good. I would have rather it gone this way. But hey, if God say, if his ways are greater than mine. So I have to, when you adapt that mentality, a loved one dies, I gotta, accredit it to God. God did it. God did it, and he did it for my good. I lost a job. I lost my employment. I lost my finances. My finances are in turmoil. God did it. My house is foreclosed on. They're getting ready to repo my car. The wife is out running around with the lawn boy or the pool boy. Or she's got her side dude and she's running around with her side dude, and I'm sitting here, seething. God did it, and he did it for my good. Makes no sense. Don't feel good. And I would rather it not be this way. And I want to act on it. I want to do something, but God did it, and he did it for my best interest. When you can adapt that that principle intertwined, interwoven, allow that principle to be, meshed in your mind and your mentality, it becomes your staying power. That is your staying power. That is your steadiness. That is your stick-to-itiveness. That is your cohesive. That is your cohesion. That is your ability to stay poised, cool, calm, collected in the midst of turmoil, in the midst of under extreme and overwhelming pressure. If you can find that little, if you can hear that tiny, small voice whispering, God did it, and he did it for my good. You see what I'm saying? God did it, and he did it. I just got this done to me, this, such a, God did it. If you can get that principle to resound, resonate, and to echo in your mind in the midst of it, that's your staying power. That's what's going to define the outcome of whatever your situation that you're going through. Because every situation you go through, it's going to have an impact and it's going to have an effect, which is a result, and it's going to have an effect, which is an influence. It's going to affect you. It's going to influence you. It's going to affect you. Effects. There's going to be results, consequences. And what I've learned along my journey and along my walk with God and life and the experiences, the ups, the downs, and just all in all, I'm sharing this with you guys, is that I said this before, there's no accidents, incidents, nothing is incidental. There is no such thing as serendipity. There is no such thing as randomness and or chance. Everything occurs with a intent, with a purpose, with a design. There is nothing just happens. Popular belief is that, it just happens. It's just life. It's an accident. There is no accidents. There is no incidental, happenings. We say it. And for all intents and purposes, I say it. I'll agree with people because not everyone is on that wavelength to have that conversation with. That everything happens. There's a catalyst, a driving force behind everything. Nothing don't just happen. Not everyone is ready for that conversation, because that conversation will more than often bring back personal responsibility, your role in whatever it is that happened. And a lot of people don't want to take responsibility for their own their own mess ups, mistakes, and mess ups in life. So it's easier to say, it just happens, it's life, it's not, it is what it is, right? So I'm not gonna walk around and I'll be arguing with everybody if I did that, right? So I kind of go along with the culture, right? Because it's our culture. We're cultured that way. But if we sat down one-on-one and we were having an intelligent conversation, I would entertain and I would go into that. Nothing just happens. You know what I'm saying? And we could break it down. We can go scientifically, theologically, scripturally, biologically. We could break it down various ways. We can use all kinds of adverbs. But be that as that may be, and as be that as that may be as be as that may be, whatever. The important thing is to understand that everything that happens in your life, it's intentional, it's tailored, better word. It is tailored to who you are to become. It is tailored. You go to a tailor, your suit, it won't fit me. It won't fit anyone else except you. With few exceptions, right? Because there's someone could have your same waist size and height and pretty much your similar structure, and it'll fit them, right? But it won't fit them as finessed, as gracefully as it would fit you, because the suit has been, it's been measured, right? It's been carefully measured and tailored, meticulously measured and tailored to fit you particularly. It's particularly designed for you. There's specifications, there's specificities. So your trials and the things you go through are tailored to fashion and to fit what you are to become and accomplish in this life in the time that you've been given on the planet. So all things that happen to you, God did it. Accept it. God did it. And we could have another conversation, because I could stay here all day, but I'm not. But we could have another conversation, because I know a lot of people going to challenge that. What do you mean God did it? You know, my mom died. You tell me God did that? My son died. My kid died. My dog, my cat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just lost, like, my pension. You know, I had a 20-year, 15-year, I had 5 more years to get retirement, to get pension. And you're telling me God maybe, and I could see the anger. I could feel the fumes. I could anticipate the emotional, visceral, raw feelings. And I could simply, calmly, rationally, intellectually make perfect sense of whatever it is, your issue, your situation. You know, I could make perfect sense of God did the statement, God did it. I could break that down in so many different ways. I could get biblical evidence to prove everything I say. I can get the receipts biblically to prove it, and scientifically. So again, be that as that may be, as may be that may be, just know this: every single thing that happens, God did it. You want to change, modify that statement, you can say God allowed it. You can say God permitted it. Whatever you want to, whichever statement you want to use, the gist is to understand everything that occurs in your life had to go through and get sanctioned and approved and consent from God. So if it happens, He did it, and it's for your best interest if you'll allow yourself to be molded and allow yourself to be transformed and allow yourself to be evolved, and not cleave and hold on to old thoughts, thinking patterns, old ideas. Allow yourself to move with His Spirit. Let the Spirit move you, lead you, and you'll be fine. Till next time, peace.